It is interesting. Republicans 4 months ago would not give funding for Ukraine, for Israel, and for our southern border because we demanded changes in policy. So we actually locked arms together and said, we're not going to give you money for this. We want a change in law. And now it's interesting, a few months later, when we're finally getting to the end, they're like, oh, just kidding. I actually don't want a change in law because it's a presidential election year.
Damn. That was Republican Senator James Lankford calling out his Republican colleagues for serving as obstructionists to much needed border security legislation. The same border security legislation that they claim to have wanted, but are holding out on in order to give Donald Trump something to campaign on for the 2024 presidential election. Now, Lankford has even gone so far as to say that his Republican colleagues are sabotaging these bipartisan efforts at passing immigration legislation to help Trump and his chances at winning the presidential election. Trump, who is running for re-election and who decisively won the GOP's first two nominating contests this month, blasted the would-be bipartisan deal as a potential political gift to Democrats during an election year. On Saturday, Trump bragged about inserting himself into the debate and stymieing efforts to get the bill passed, even though he is not in office. So let me be clear, you have Biden, along with Democrats in the Senate, ready and willing to play ball with the most extreme elements of the Republican Party in terms of passing legislation on border security. And now you have Republicans saying, no, never mind, we're not interested, because their daddy Trump told them, don't give Democrats this win. I need something to campaign on. So here's what the current bipartisan legislation in the Senate would include, according to Lankford.
This bill focuses on getting us to 0 illegal crossings a day. There's no amnesty. It increases the number of Border Patrol agents. It increases asylum officers. It increases detention beds so we can quickly detain and then deport individuals. It ends catch and release. It focuses on additional deportation flights out. It changes our asylum process so that people get a fast asylum screening at a higher standard and then get returned back to their home country.
I mean, it is a goodie bag to Republicans in regard to what they've been asking for with border security and immigration. In fact, Biden on Friday said that the bill would grant him new emergency authority to shut down the border, referring to a provision that would kick in when unauthorized crossings surpass 5,000 over a 5-day average. He vowed to use that new authority on the day he signed the bill into law, the bill that is ill-fated considering the political maneuvering of Republicans who are trying to get Trump elected. The authority Biden was referencing would shut down most asylum screenings for migrants crossing illegally. Migrants could still apply at ports of entry where a set number of asylum claims would need to be granted, they said. Migrants would be expelled indefinitely until crossings dipped below 3,750 per day, which would end the expulsion authority period. Cenk, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, so Lankford's now, for the first time in his life, experiencing what it feels like to be a Democrat. He's like confounded. I've seen him in a couple of interviews. He's like, I don't get it. These things that the right-wing media is saying is not true at all. Yeah, it's never true. Like you just discovered that? And he's like, this thing on the 3,750, 5,000 people, etc. No, there's been 5,000 people crossing the border per day for a long time now. So Biden is saying that, yeah, that it would go into effect immediately. He wouldn't wait at all. It would go into effect the minute that the bill is signed, right? So Lankford's pointing that out. He's like, the 5,000 number is irrelevant. Pete, the right-wing media and the other politicians are saying we're gonna let in 5,000 people a day. That's not true at all. We're gonna close the border immediately as soon as we sign this. Who cares what's true, brother? You don't get it? MAGA world doesn't care at all what's true. Right-wing media is filled with 100% liars. So they brainwash them, like the voters themselves. They don't know what's going on. They listen to Steve Bannon, Tucker Carlson, Mark Levin, etc. They listen to Fox. They have all the wrong information. So that's the number one problem.
Yeah.
And then Chris Murphy, Democratic senator, had one of my favorite quotes here, where he was like, "Well, look, we don't know what the status is now. I mean, they wanted this bill, and we gave them the bill, and Lankford's got a bunch of Republicans on his side. So let's see how it turns out." Are you serious? Brother, it's already dead. There's no how it turns out. Gee, I wonder if the Republican senators will stand up to Trump and actually vote against him and with you guys on this bill. These guys are amazing.
No,
they have no idea what's happening in the country.
It is amazing, but I think that some portion of Republican voters have caught on to what's happening. They've realized that there's like politics at play, and there are Republicans who have been whining about immigration but are now serving as obstructionists. And so over the weekend, Senator Ted Cruz, in an effort to kind of defend himself as serving as one of those obstructionists, is like, yeah, we don't really need any legislation. I mean, there are already laws on the books that would allow Biden to act unilaterally. No, there aren't. He just made that up, completely made that up. Okay, Biden is not a dictator. We live in a democracy. The way our government works is actually pretty simple. You have Congress, maybe taking a little bit of time away from their dorky podcasts and their fundraising, working on and passing legislation, which the President of the United States then signs into law and then acts on it. You can't just unilaterally decide to shut down the border. But Trump was able to do that by declaring an emergency due to COVID. But there was a very clear emergency there. After COVID was over, the courts got involved and were like, listen, Title 42, you can't move forward with that because COVID's over. You can't just shut down the border citing the coronavirus pandemic. So Biden had no choice. He had to open the border again. But in order to change immigration laws, you need Congress to change immigration laws. And they're unwilling to do that for politics.
And they don't understand how the system works. They don't care. Oh, the Supreme Court ordered him. They're like, who cares? Why doesn't he just ignore the law? We do it all the time. Oh, the Supreme Court ordered Texas to listen to the federal government on the border issue. Who cares? Just don't listen to the Supreme Court. Rule of law is for suckers. No. Rule of law is for libs when we're pretending that we care about justice and we crush them. Applied to us? No. Law should never be applied to right wingers. All right. Anyway, overall, I don't mind that they killed this bill. Like
I mean, it was a handout to Republicans.
It was the Republicans wanted the border stuff. I don't want that. I have a different solution for the problem at the border. There is a real problem, but my solution isn't the weirdo draconian Republican solution. Oh well, what else was in the bill? Funding to Ukraine and Israel. I mean, funding to Ukraine is questionable, but 60 billion, and we don't have enough money for paid family leave and higher wages, et cetera, right? And 14 billion to Israel. How many Palestinians do they have to kill? Jesus, we already give them 4 billion a year and they kill 26,000, and they're not anywhere near done. If we give them 14 billion, are they gonna kill 75,000, 200,000? Remember, the great majority of those are civilians, totally innocent. And we're gonna fund all that. But if you're excited, oh good, at least they killed the nonsense aid to Israel to kill more Palestinians. Mike Johnson, the Speaker of the House, says, well, we could pass just the Israel one. Oh, did I mention one of his biggest donors is AIPAC? Don't mention donors, don't mention lobbyists, there are none in DC. And Mike Johnson says, okay, just strip everything else, give the money to Israel without any conditions or any questions, because my donors told me to. I mean, because the American people want it. No, they don't. And the only other provision he proposes, cut funding to the IRS so they can't audit rich people. There you go, that's the Republican Party. That's who they are. Bunch of zealots, don't care about the facts at all. They attack their own for trying to actually do something about the borders, do something productive, they'll rip your head off.
Yep. Okay,
you have to have undying loyalty to Trump and Israel and the rich. Enjoy your party.
Hey, thanks for watching that video. We really appreciate it, guys. And we appreciate it if you become members, because that allows us to be independent, honest, progressive, all the things that you don't get from corporate media. And all of that is because of you guys. Hit the join button below and become one of us, become a Young Turk.